In this presentation, I'm going to show you how to use Minitab to compute and also plot a binomial distribution for a random variable. So what's really nice about Minitab is that it actually has some built-in functions, and it is designed to plot probability distributions. So the simplest way to do a probability plot for a binomial distribution is to go up to Graph, hit the probability distribution plot. In our case, we're going to do a single, and in our distribution we're actually going to do binomial. So we just need to find it. There it is. And all we have to do is put in the number of trials, which in our case, let's say, is 10. And our event probability, we'll say the probability of success is 0.6. So we press OK, and voila, we have this really nice binomial probability distribution plot for us. But let's suppose that you actually want to compute the probabilities and then see those values. So now, before we do that, I want to show you that when you click on this, you can see that it does pull up and show you the different probabilities for our different counts. So let's close this again. And so what we want to do, again, is we want to actually now compute what those probabilities are for those counts. And then ultimately, let's just go in and graph what we compute. So let's say we are going to have our first column, and we're going to call that X, and that is our number of trials. And we're going to have trial 0 through 10. And then now what we want to do is, in our second column, we're actually going to compute those specific probabilities. And so we're going to label this P of X. And in order to calculate these, what we need to do is we actually have to go in and go to Calculate, go to Probability Distributions. In our case, you're going to click Binomial. In this situation, we actually want the probability for our probability density. And again, our number of trials is 10. Our event probability is 0.6. And then in our input column is going to be this, which is the different X values for our different trials. So we're going to select that. And then in our case, our optional storage is going to be this P of X, or for column. So we're going to hit that. And we're going to go OK. And then what it does is it actually goes in and it computes that for us. So next what we want to do is we actually want to go in and plot this, even though you probably wouldn't do this because we can very simply just go and graph it. But let's say we want to graph this. The way you can do it the hard way is to go to Graph and hit Bar Chart. In this case, we're going to do values from a table, and we're just going to do a simple. We're going to hit OK, and we have two inputs. In our case, the first one is our graph variables, which is our P of X here. Select that. Our second is our categorical variable, which is, the next is our categorical variable, which is this. Select that, hit OK, and you can see it plots a bar graph of our probability density function. So I hope you, with this video, learned how to compute probability distributions for probability plots for binomial distributions.